Tonight, the fight for control of the Carrington dynasty begins, again. The CW is about to bring us its remake of the popular 1981 soap Dynasty, and based on what we've seen so far, it's delicious to the point of possibly being extremely delicious, while the new show isn't an exact copy of the original show. A lot of it comes pretty damn close, with a few 2017 twists. I mean, obviously my thoughts go to shoulder pads and big hair, but that's not really our territory anymore. Star James McKay, who plays Stephen Carrington, told us on set. Although I would like to think we have whatever the 2017 equivalent is, it's true, there are no shoulder pads or big hair, but there are catfights, all the original characters, and clothes to die for. We pay tribute to the original in every way we can, be it through an outfit or through dialogue that we've lifted from the original, so I think both old and new fans will love the show equally. Liz Gillies, who plays Fallon, says in the video above, but the changes aren't just about fashion. The original series was very much a product of its time, meaning it featured a lot of storylines that were fairly insensitive, especially when it comes to race and sexuality. Look, there were some storylines in the original that were hugely problematic by today's standards, McKay says. I mean, you don't have to go far to see where they are. We've got a much more diverse cast. We've switched some ethnicities and genders of characters. Patriarch Blake Carrington, originally played by John Forsythe, was a particularly problematic part of the 80s series CW. The original Blake was of a different time, and he was of a different time even in the 80s, says Grant Show, who plays the new Blake Carrington. He was prejudiced, and he didn't like homosexuality, and there were these things that were very clear lines for him. It wasn't easy to be sympathetic with him because we all knew he was wrong. The Blake that I'm playing, he may still be uncomfortable with his son's homosexuality, he may have racism, but he knows it's wrong, and so he battles with that within himself. Rafael de la Fuente plays perhaps the show's biggest change from the original. He's playing Sammy Jo, who was originally played by Heather Locklear as the woman who eventually married Stephen, who was gay. It is now a much more diverse cast and a much more accurate representation of what the world looks like and America looks like, de la Fuente says. There's different races, and different nationalities, and different cultures, and different sexualities, and it's not a problem or a thing, you know. It's just people. At first when I was cast in this role, people were mad. Jeff Colby isn't black. Sam Adagoke tells us. I had to think about it, because I grew up with Fresh Prince, and don't ever reboot Fresh Prince. I had to take myself out of it, and then I was able to empathize and say, wow, I get it. So I'm hoping people will at least embrace and give us an opportunity to tell these iconic stories with new voices, knowing that we're going to honor the legacy of old, but we're going to do something new and kinda make it our own, and it's gonna be fun and dynamic to see just how different this new cast looks compared to the old. Keep on scrolling. ABC, the CW. Melrose Place star Grant Show returns to TV to take on the role of the Carrington family. Patriarch, made famous by John Forsythe. ABC, the CW. While Linda Evans Crystal spelled her name differently in the original, The Vampire Diaries Natalie Kelly's version will have just as many secrets and shoulder pads. ABC, the CW. Former Victorious star Elizabeth Gillies takes on the role originated by Pamela Sue Martin. ABC, the CW. Al Corley Season 1 and Jack Coleman, 198,288, both played the role of the Carrington son, who clashed with his father over his sexuality. In the 2017 version, James McKay takes on the role, and clashes with Blake over environmental issues. ABC, the CW. The Carrington family rival was played by John James in the original, while Sam Adagoke takes on the character this time around. ABC, the CW. Talk about a major change. While Heather Locklear played Crystal's fan-favorite niece in the original, the role will now be played by Empire's Rafael de la Fuente in the reboot. ABC, the CW. Alan Dale, ever the professional with his experience on soaps such as Neighbours and The OC, takes on the role of the Carrington family butler advisor keeper of secrets, which Lee Bergere played. Dynasty premieres tonight at 9 p.m. on the CW.